This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Good evening. It is Friday, March 28th, 2025. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We are on Flu Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, and the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page. Not forgetting those of you using the Hot 7 plug and play antenna, thank you so much for joining us. A suspect who was captured by police after days on the run in connection with the killing of Ken Joseph Ismail, also known as Joseph Hippolyte, has been formally charged. Rohan Jabaptist has been formally charged for the offense of murder. He has been remanded to the Bordelais Correctional Facility until Thursday, May 8th, 2025. Officers attached to the Soufrière police station arrested a male in connection with the death of Ken Joseph Ismail. On Thursday, March 20th, 2025, the Choiseul police station was alerted to a suspicious death at Tête Rouge Industrie Choiseul. An investigation was swiftly launched into determining the circumstances surrounding the incident, which led to several joint police operations in search of the suspect. A maritime and land operation resulted in the capture of the suspect, who is a resident of La Pointe Choiseul. The suspect is currently receiving medical attention under police supervision. The Royal Saint Lucia Police Force wishes to thank the residents of the community of Choiseul for their tremendous support and outreach during the conduct of the investigation. The ultimate arrest of the suspect would have proven futile without the cooperation of the public. In other news, after months of tense negotiations, the dispute between the National Workers' Union and First National Bank has been resolved. The disagreement, which sparked strikes and street protests, stemmed from wage concerns after First National Bank acquired the Royal Bank of Canada. Workers demanded higher salaries, citing increased responsibilities, while the bank argued financial constraints.
A long-standing dispute between the National Workers' Union and First National Bank has finally been settled. The conflict arose when employees claimed they were burdened with additional duties and faced disparities after First National Bank acquired the Royal Bank of Canada. Their demand? A $600 monthly wage increase. But the bank countered, saying it couldn't afford that amount. Now, following mediation conducted by the Minister for Labour, Honourable Dr. Virginia Poyot, both sides have accepted a settlement.
We have finally found a resolution to the dispute between the National Workers' Union and First National Bank. As you recall, a few months ago there was a big dispute that led into workers at First National Bank going on strike, and there was protests in the streets. And the matter was referred to me as Minister of Labour for mediation. And mediation is not an easy exercise, because I think the word mediation means you have to find a middle ground where both parties can agree. So finally, the National Workers' Union has written to me, and First National Bank, I received correspondence from them indicating that they have accepted my determination on the matter.
Amid the dispute, the Labour Commissioner initially proposed an increase, which the bank rejected. The minister then intervened, emphasizing the need for job evaluations, and resumed negotiations before any wage adjustments. This led to a final agreement where affected employees will receive a $250 increase backdated from January 2024 to March 2025.
The union was requesting an additional $600 per month for every employee. The bank said they could not afford that amount of money. The Labour Commissioner did a conciliation on the matter. He recommended $400 for every employee, and the bank felt that this was not affordable. The little profit that they make from the bank was not it was not enough for them to be able to sustain that kind of increase in pay, and therefore they referred the matter to the Minister of Labour for mediation. And it took us some very long hours and many days discussing between the two parties. I had to bring the two parties together. We look at all the issues surrounding that matter.
With this agreement, workers will see not only a pay increase, but also potential reclassification, aligning salaries with industry standards. Poyot expressed confidence in the resolution, commending both the union and the bank for their cooperation.
In my view, the workers are coming out very good in that mediation, that they are going to get the job evaluation. Some of them will be reclassified, placed in different grades. They might get increase in pay, as well as they have to look at negotiations where they'll get their salary increases, whatever the bank and the union agree to. So I'm very pleased, I'm very thankful for both the union and the bank for their cooperation in the matter. And I trust that everything will go well and continue to help the bank and help the employees to work in a very good environment.
Both the National Workers Union and First National Bank hope this resolution fosters a more productive working relationship, ensuring stability for employees and the bank. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Stevana Francis.
In related news, on October 30th, 2024, a news report was aired on our station which stated that First National Bank did not pay workers engaged in industrial action during the period 8th to 11th October. This was inaccurate. Upon reflection, we have realized that the report was not only inappropriate, but also damaging to the bank's reputation. Acknowledging this, we offer our sincerest apologies to First National Bank for the defamatory statement, which was made by one of our reporters. We deeply regret any harm or distress that the statement made may have caused. What we accept, the bank said in their letter to the National Workers Union and employees, was the bank had amended its policy effective 28th October 2024 to exercise its legal right to withhold pay to employees who do not render services during a strike or lockout. We now understand that our reporting was both unfounded and unjust. We acknowledge that our actions were wrong and that they have had a negative impact on the bank. We want to assure the bank that it was never our intention to cause it any harm, and we are truly sorry for any pain or inconvenience that our report has caused. We have taken action to rectify the situation by retracting the news report from all platforms and in substitution publish this public correction and apology. Additionally, we are committed to doing whatever it is necessary to make amends. We understand that an apology alone may not be sufficient to undo the damage caused, but we hope that it can be a step towards rebuilding trust and rectifying the situation. Once again, we offer our heartfelt apologies for our actions. We are deeply sorry for any harm that we have caused, and we are committed to ensuring that such a mistake does not happen again in the future. Still to come in the first segment of the podcast, the POV. Today you spoke to an open mic. Here is what you had to say.
Since I've been here the last few hours, it's really friendly. Everyone has been very welcoming. I love the architecture. I was in the cathedral, and that is so beautiful. And I've been getting a tour so that I can better understand your history, and I've eaten some of your native fruits and really enjoyed it. I'm taking a city tour, and I've been taught a lot of the history with George from City Walkers, and I'm also going to taste some really amazing local food at the market, and George is going to tell me all about it.
Yes, what I want to say, Lucilec, I really have a problem with Lucilec. Lucilec closed down and never came on the TV to make people understand that they closed down. I've been walking thinking it's a situation they have and they just closed for a little while, and that is not good. That's not good for us as Saint Lucian. They need to come out and tell people something. Because some of the grown-up people cannot go all Grosile to go and pay a bill. Come out and tell Saint Lucians what's really taking place. Have a wonderful day, all my people on social media.
Yes, I'm talking about how we come today, our culture. Our culture need to change. And first of all, let we watching what happened in Africa and what is the African saying on the on the YouTube. Everybody look at it, because it's really important to know the culture we have that causes us to have the crime we have. To my mind, is that we have to try to refixing our culture. There's something wrong with our culture. That's why I believe we have that crime we have. Our culture is changed. Then we try to get in something to hold in to getting our culture back.
It's days now Lucy Lake building closed. People live in town to go and pay the bills. They pay the bills. Hey, Lucy Lake closed for a couple of days now. They never said why, X or Z. But people live in town to go and pay the bills and the place closed. At least let people notify people on the radio or TV. Something, nothing. So Lucy Lake taking people for a boy. And the next thing I want to talk about, all Catholic churches must get their act together. I've been, too many times I've been in church, whether at funeral or whatever it is, madmen are walking in church, doing some crazy things. It is time to put security at the doors, at the entrance of the church doors, to avoid them from coming inside. Because one of these good days, I mean, they happened already, people got killed already, and whatnot, and burned. Because I was at the funeral on Monday at Boozley. A madman just walking and begging people for money. Before they bury, some time ago, when they about burying the Nigerian priest, a madman just walking about to take the priest. I go again. He rode with his neck. That's madness. You know, that thing has to stop. So I'm calling on all Catholic churches, put security by the doors, the entrance of the church.
Want to share your point of view with us on trending topics in the news? We would love to hear from you. Look out for our reporters or head over to our Facebook and Instagram pages at Caribbean Hot 7 TV. Coming up next, Saint Lucia gets off to a fierce start at the 2025 Boxing Championships in Guadeloupe, and the NIC announces legislative changes to bring convenience to Saint Lucians. The details to these stories and much more when we come back.